certain foreigners to enter the country over the course of this pandemic. For example, British DJs have been able to enter New Zealand in order to perform at international music festivals. Sports people have been allowed. So it really does feel like a policy that actually discriminates against certain types of individuals, which makes it even more bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I think New Zealanders over the pandemic have found it really hard to watch. But I guess in my own case, right now, the cricket Women's World Cup is on in New Zealand. And teams have been flown in from 7 different countries and given a back door into MIQ. And I'm here fighting, having to talk about this in global media to try and get some pressure to say, can we please show some empathy and logic here? And I mean, my point is, I don't know what they should do in terms of MIQ. I don't want to say do this or do that. But they
just to explain, Charlotte, MIQ is this process where people who return to the country have to spend 14 days or 10 to 14 days literally locked in a government-run hotel. There's armed forces at the hotel stopping you from absconding. But you were totally prepared to do that in order to get home.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be biting off a little bit more than I could chew to then fight them on that. I mean, at this point, I just want to get in the door so that I can give birth safely. Cool. And we're yet to hear back from the government. They suggested that we apply in a different category after rejecting us. That category actually didn't apply to us. We went back to them and said, look, it continues to be we need medical treatment. What's the problem here? And we don't have an answer to that. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, we're looking at legal avenues, and I'm 25 weeks pregnant, so we're running out of time.
Oh, my goodness. Charlotte, what's your message to Jacinda Ardern? This is a woman who has become famous all over the world, apparently because of her compassion. What's your message to her, woman to woman?
I mean, I was actually a big fan of Jacinda and MIQ for quite a long time. I think it was very effective at keeping COVID out and protecting New Zealanders and saving a lot of lives. I think at the moment it's got to the point where, look, Omicron's in the community. New Zealand's 93% vaxxed. If you're positive in New Zealand, you can just home isolate. But if you're negative and boosted and in a desperate situation abroad, you can't get on a plane. And I hope that Jacinda and other ministers take a step back and say, hang on, this just isn't fit for purpose anymore. And we're putting a lot of Kiwis abroad through a lot of pain. And we really need to scrutinise this and come up with a better way.
Absolutely. Well, Charlotte Bellis, look, thank you so much for shining a light on this. We'll continue to follow your story. Of course, it's particularly ironic given you're such a brave reporter who New Zealand should be incredibly proud to have home. So good luck, Charlotte, and please do keep in touch.